What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again, my friends, with another banger for y'all. Now, kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy. Y'all, Iowa just signed Caitlin Clark's replacement. Coach Lisa Bluder has her next superstar guard coming in to fill the role of a generational talent. We gotta talk about it, y'all. We gotta talk about it because it's big news. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. And join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So Iowa just landed the number 3 ranked scorer in the nation in Villanova transfer, Lucy Olsen, who averaged over 23 points a game last season. And this is the perfect replacement for Clark, man. We're talking about an elite point guard who can come in and fill that scoring void, but also has the talent and the awareness to get players involved around her. We know Stokey will be back. We know Falter will be back. But replacing Kate Martin and also Caitlin Clark, of course, is going to be a tall task, man, as well as Molly Davis. They're losing a lot more talent than just Caitlin Clark, but obviously Caitlin Clark is the one getting the headlines. But they made a tremendous, monumental splash in the transfer portal, landing Lucy Olsen. Last season, Olsen averaged 23.3 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, and 3.8 assists. She also shot 43.8% from the field. Now, her three-point percentage dropped. It was only at 29.4, but I think that can definitely improve, man, because it'll be a little bit less pressure on her playing with a more talented group at Iowa than she was struggling to get a win against UConn in the Big East. She did make 80% of her free throw shots as well. Iowa applied the full court blitz as soon as Olsen hit the transfer portal, and it paid off, man. Reportedly, her and the coaching staff really bonded well, and it was an instant connection. She was a fan of how she would be utilized in Iowa's system and believed in the plan that the staff presented her. And basically, I think it's just filling that Caitlin Clark role of coming in and having the ball in her hands, having the keys to this offense and running the show. She was first team All Big East this season. She was also voted most improved player in the conference. She helped Villanova reach the championship game of the WBIT tournament, and she had 29 and 30-point performances in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. And this commitment comes at a perfect time, man. Iowa loses Kenise Johnson, who suffered a torn ACL just a few weeks ago, as well as Alea Guyton, the freshman coming in. She's continuing to rehab on her injury, trying to get back. So with Olsen, man, we're talking about immediate leadership, immediate buckets, and just immediate production, man. Iowa definitely was losing. They're losing a very proven scorer in Caitlin Clark, and they were lacking that next season, man. They had nobody to make up that production, and Olsen just fits the bill of what the Hawkeyes do, man. Iowa does have a pretty talented recruiting class that could make an early impact, man. They got a couple top 100 players, but this will definitely help them move past the Caitlin Clark era, man. We know that they're returning Sydney Falter, Hannah Stokey, and a talented guard, a young sophomore, and Taylor McCabe. This is the type of commitment that keeps Iowa nationally relevant after Caitlin Clark. You got McCabe, who could be one of the best shooters in the nation. You got a Falter, the Swiss Army knife of this group, who really stepped up when Molly Davis went out with the injury and came in and proved that she could be a contributor, a big-time starter for this group. So I expect her production to go way up. And then you bring back forward Hannah Stokey as well, who I think will have another breakout year. She had a breakout year this year, to be honest, man. Being the Batman, being the Robin, I should say, to Caitlin Clark's Batman, the second leading scorer, leading rebounder on this team. So Iowa is making moves, man. But I tell you right now, Lucy Olsen is major. I felt like I tweeted it out, man. I really wanted to see her go to another team where she played with more talent and had a chance to make the NCAA tournament. We need a scorer and a producer like Olsen in the NCAA tournament. period. Now she goes to Iowa, and this is the perfect fit, man, because she's great in the pick and roll. She can run the transition offense, get down the court, and she has that court vision to find Stolke in the open floor, just like Clark did whenever she was running the floor hard, man. She's going to be rewarded by Olsen, man. Olsen also just the scoring capability. We're talking about the third leading scorer in the nation, coming in very ready, has played a few seasons at Villanova, and she's a proven guard. She's a veteran, and she can carry a team. We've seen it, man. You know what I'm saying? Just from her to Caitlin Clark is going to be a very smooth transition. I was worried about Iowa, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was worried about Iowa. I didn't know how they would try to fill this production. I know Haley Van Lith was a name that was floating around that people were talking about. But Lucy Olsen? Over 23 points per game? Like, there's no better fit that Iowa could have got. I'm going to just let y'all know that right now. Like, there's just no way. Landing her is just huge. It just shows that Iowa is a perennial power, that they can recruit with the best, and that they will be staying nationally relevant with the commitment of Olsen. I think she brings, like we said, immediate scoring, immediate capability from the playmaking spot, an immediate lead guard that can carry this offense. That will be the number one option, but also get players around her involved. I'm looking for her to have a breakout year and have her name in that WNBA draft next season, man. I just feel like she's the best player in the nation that doesn't get any type of media coverage, and I think that will definitely change at Iowa. People just really aren't familiar with her game, but if you're the only two players that are outscoring you in the nation are Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins, you putting up numbers. You feel me? You putting up numbers. And the fact that now she's on a bigger stage in the Big Ten where her game will be seen by all, and the fact that she will be playing with the most talent she's ever played with in her career, man, I'm looking for Lucy Olsen to be in that Player of the Year conversation for sure. Book it right now. Y'all hearing it here first on Live with Brandon Blakeney. Lucy Olsen will be firmly in that Player of the Year conversation, man. Huge pickup by Iowa. Just major to keep their run going. They've been to the last two national championship games. Fell short, but now they have a player that can ease that transition and make it a little smoother. I want to be clear, though. She is not Caitlin Clark. We are not expecting her to be Caitlin Clark. But if she is Lucy Olsen, this team will be very successful next year, and I think that they have their next superstar in Lucy Olsen. This is a major get. I know a lot of teams were after her talents, man. She was the most productive, most accomplished player in the entire transfer portal, and it was crazy when she entered, man. I know me personally, seeing her at Villanova carrying the Wildcats, I was hoping that she would go somewhere else for her senior year, and she makes the big jump going to Iowa, filling a familiar role that will adapt to her play style, that is already part of her play style with the fast pace, having the ball in her hands. So I think this will be big for Iowa, man. Huge commitment, and this definitely eases their transition into the post-Caitlin Clark era. They got talent coming back, and now they have a leader to carry this group, man. So perfect fit, perfect recruitment pitch, perfect talent coming into Iowa, and I think they will be in the national conversation next year for sure. But y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. Who's familiar with Lucy Olsen's game? Who already knows what's up? Who knows what she's going to bring to the table? If you don't know, you will know soon. But holla at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.